Welcome back to 40 More Days with Henry. Today's passage is the passage for February 24th. And as we go through these devotions, if there's something that strikes you, either in the passage that's read or in the random reflections that I give, I'd love to hear it. So please feel free to email me or text me or send me a message on Instagram or Facebook and let me know how these videos are blessing you. So the passage for today, Bringing Our Secrets into the Light, is it called. Henry writes, "We all have our secrets, thoughts, memories, feelings that we keep to ourselves. Often we think, if people knew what I feel or think, they would not love me. These carefully kept secrets can do us much harm. They make us feel guilty or ashamed, and may lead us to self-rejection, depression, and even suicidal thoughts and actions. One of the most important things we can do with our secrets is to share them in a safe place, with people we trust. When we have a good way to bring our secrets into the light and can look at them with others, we will quickly discover that we are not alone with our secrets, that our trusting friends will love us more deeply and more intimately than before. Bringing our secrets into the light creates community and inner healing. As a result of sharing secrets, not only will others love us better, but we will love ourselves more fully." Well, a lot to unpack. And if you remember yesterday, talking about that which is most personal is the most universal, is the most that people can recognize within themselves. And here he's kind of extending that a little bit to the language of secrets. And for now, when there is this constant wrestling and this articulation of that wrestling with things like self-rejection and depression and things like that, it's a constant theme in Nouwen, and if you've read any Nouwen, you will recognize that going along. And that's because Nouwen struggled with it. In one of his books, which is The Life of the Beloved, he writes that the greatest danger for our spiritual lives is our own self-rejection. In The Inner Voice of Love, he talks about his own battle with depression, and Nouwen struggled with that. And one of the reasons why I think he is his words are so well loved and why people continually go to Nouwen again and again for spiritual wisdom is because he does a really good job of just articulating the messy reality of life because he lived in it in a certain way. But so often we think sometimes that we're alone in this, right? If people knew what I feel or what I think or what I struggle with, they wouldn't love me. And it dampens our spirits. And so Nouwen wants us to recognize that, again, that which is most personal is actually most universal, that we are not alone in our human life. We're not alone in what we struggle with or what we experience. And so the call is to try to embrace community. And he has that when he's talking about a little bit at the end, bringing our secrets into the light creates community. Now, of course, we need to recognize, and Nouwen does a good job here of articulating the need to be in a safe place, right? So, Nouwen's words here about sharing our secrets. He's not talking about being willy-nilly, right? He's obviously coming from a Catholic background as a Catholic priest, and so he's talking a little bit more about spiritual direction here. That's probably behind the scenes here, kind of a spiritual guide, a priest, a mentor, someone seasoned in the faith that will be able to hear us and help us in our journey. Nouwen isn't talking about just talk about those big personal things with anybody that you have. No, he's going to say you need to be careful. You need to be in a safe place with people that you trust. But what he is wanting to do is to challenge us to seek that out, to recognize that the deep struggles of our soul and our hearts can be shared with others. And that the people who are there to help us along the way, our trusted advisors, our guides, our friends, our priests, our mentors, all that stuff, our directors, our spiritual directors, these are people who will not shy away from us. These are people who will not run from us thinking, oh, you're not the person I want to be with. No, these are the people whom God gives us to journey with us and to help us experience God's deep and abounding love. And so I love what he says here as a result of sharing secrets, but he's talking again about really entering into this dynamic community, which is a community of trust and mutual sharing. Not only will we recognize that other people love us, beyond what we might think, other people actually give us the love of God. But we're also going to find that in the midst of laying down our burdens, we're actually going to start loving ourselves better. We're not going to feel as guilty. We're not going to feel as self-rejected. We're not going to feel discarded. We are going to love ourselves. And so, however that strikes you as you listen to these words, just think about that. Who might you just take a small step in safety and in trust of entering into a deeper community? Might that be with a priest or a pastor, or might that be with a spiritual director or a trusted friend? But if you have something that you have kept inside and it is beginning to eat away at you, potentially heed Nouwen's words, and maybe in a safe way, in a safe place, offer that to someone else. You might just find that the love of God is profoundly seen in that place. Well, God bless you as you journey through the season of Lent, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.